In Chapter 1, I wanted to point out a few important concepts that you all will need to understand so that you can implement them in your team projects this semester. So, the training design process, or the systematic training design, otherwise called ISD, is a step-by-step process for designing and developing training programs. Following a systematic approach helps to ensure that training targets the most important learning needs. And then you can adopt the most important methods and also make sure that it's meaningful and impacts the actual job performance. So there are 7 steps that are interrelated in this process. The first is conducting a needs assessment, which we will start to do next week in our teams. So you will determine who and what needs to be trained. Next, we need to ensure the employee's readiness for training. This is when we ensure employees are prepared and motivated to attend the training. We then want to create a learning environment. And this is going to have features for learning to occur. And this could be, are you going to be, where will you be, what processes will you use, what are those learning objectives? You will determine all of that during step 3. In step 4, you're going to ensure transfer of training. Ensure support is in place to facilitate the training, the transfer of the trained skills. Moving on to step 5 here, you'll see you're going to develop an evaluation plan, and you're going to determine how the effectiveness of training will be assessed. Number 6, selecting a training method and delivering training, you will design and conduct training, and this is all going to happen in your team project this semester. Last, you'll monitor and evaluate the program. You will assess the effectiveness of the training. So one example of this, the training design process, is referred to as ADDIE. ADDIE includes analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. Training design is effective only if it helps employees reach instructional goals and objectives. So we need to set those and determine what is it, thinking of the end in mind. You want to make sure you can measure those learning objectives. And then when you evaluate at the end, you will then know if you have a measurable objective, if you've met your training needs. This model implies an end in point. Training is more dynamic and fluid, so a lot of times companies don't like this model, but as you see, it's in a circular fashion, and so it is dynamic and it continues to flow. Sometimes you have to go, jump from evaluation, and if you realize you did not reach the outcomes, you have to go potentially back to the design process or even the analysis. Maybe we're not training the appropriate skill needed for employees. So just know that Chapter 1, these are very important concepts to understand to move forward in this course and to participate in your team project.